Mommy said a big heart, chin up queen. Daddy said, girl, you can be who you want. Academic way first just to make sure. Tight the loose ends, yeah, now I'm secure. Graduated, elevated. Now it's my time to shine, yeah, let's
PhD
go.
Hard Talk. My name is Noma Mguni and I am the host of PhD Hard Talk. Thank you so much for watching this video. So I'm going to talk about second year, how to survive your second year of your PhD. So first things first is the conferences. So I would personally advise that you attend at least one conference. When you do attend this conference, I would say first things first, networking. Who doesn't like to talk? Some people don't actually. Say hello to somebody. You know, make that your objective to say hello. How are you? Where are you from? Why are you here? You know, and then that will help you to build up the momentum and hopefully get a few names and contacts, essentially. Second thing is basically present, whether it's a round table or a poster, you know, whatever works for you. Make a choice, stick to it and commit, and fulfill the commitment. That will help you to answer some questions, and also it will help you to hear other people's logic. Now, logic is important for your thesis. It's important in terms of answering questions as well. People need to understand your logic and reasoning in terms of where are you coming from, where are you going, how did you get there, and how will you maintain that stance, essentially. Or do you see that there's a loophole? What needs to be done, right? And the other thing is, you know, if you are in a roundtable discussion, you can ask and say, actually, do you know what? I am stuck. I have no idea what to do. And that will prompt the people that are set around the table to then come back and say, do you know what? When I was stuck, I did A, I did B, and then I did C. However, blah, 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 blah. So that will help you to realize that you're not the first person nor the last person, and that this does happen to everybody. So you won't feel like a victim in research, but you will feel like a warrior. I'm part of a team. You know, I am a part of this. It's always a good feeling to hear other people who've got more experience than you to say, and do you know what? This still happens to me. I have moments whereby I'm thinking, wow, this is tricky. Or I've got a lot of data and it's not answering what I want it to answer. What do I do next? Any ideas? And, you know, one brain is okay, but 10 brains mixed together, you can cook up a storm. So conferences, that's my advice. Second thing is, you know, in terms of the university, if they have any PGR communities, try and be a part of these communities. This will help you to make friends and also to network. And I think sometimes they have like 3-minute thesis competitions. Try and attend those. Hear other people discuss their research in 3 minutes and why they've won. You know, they will share that feedback usually, I think. Sometimes they don't. So don't hold me on that. But, you know, you will hear that feedback. Again, take that advice and then look at your thesis and see how you can improve on your thesis. And hopefully next year, or maybe further down the line, within 3 months, you can apply to be a part of a 3-minute thesis competition. So that's another thing that you can look forward to in your second year. And also, you know, the master classes, I don't know if your university has those, but I would say they are the bread and butter of research. Attend those, you will learn a lot. And sometimes, you know, you have tenured professors who attend as well, and they've got questions. So then you realize, actually, even if you've got 10 years experience, you can still go back to a master's class. It doesn't mean you're less than or more than. It just means that we are a community and we're all striving to achieve the same things in terms of goals within our research, and also to build our confidence, because as we know, things change. You know, there's one thing, change is constant. We can't really have a KPI on change. It's just one of those things. So masterclasses, they are amazing. And also attend like external webinars. They're always good for your confidence as well, because sometimes you feel like you can't ask certain questions within your university or your community, and so you can go elsewhere and explore. And you know, sometimes I feel like I'm asking a dumb question, but there's no dumb question. And essentially, if I'm elsewhere where no one knows me, I can ask that dumb question and be confident about my dumb question, knowing that no one will judge me. But sometimes, you know, I will feel like, oh, I'm a bit shy. I don't know. Oh, what do I do? But I still ask the question anyway. So that helps you again to practice, to ask questions. And sometimes I ask questions when I know the answer, just to practice speaking and having a voice in a different room per se, with different people, just to see how I ask the question and whether it's a clear question. Because sometimes, you know, when you ask a question, it can be a bit confusing. Like you will touch on like 10 things and then confuse the person who's listening. And then you're just like, oh, I've overdone it. But then it takes time to learn how to ask questions. So that's another pointer there. And then in regards to your thesis, I would say, you know, look at your project plan and see where you are, and then work out what you can achieve in a realistic time frame for the next 12 months or 10 months or 9 months, and try and work on that. But remember to give yourself a bit of annual leave as well. Just have a bit of fun with your friends, family, by yourself, so you don't lose heart and you don't feel like, you know, you're just stuck. It's not nice to feel stuck. I don't enjoy it personally. I like to be free. I like to do the things that I love. I love to be happy, essentially. And I think it's a thing for me. So I'd like to think, you know, for you as well, it is a thing for you to be happy. Find a hobby. Some people like to travel. Some people like to cook, a sport. You know, something that takes you away from your world of, I have to think logically, I have to write, I have to publish, and I need to be on my A game. But it's okay not to be on my A game, essentially. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, ask a question, I will answer. And in terms of publication, which is a thing in research, you know, some people, they want to publish in their first year, some people want to publish in their second year or third year. It's entirely your decision. You know what your career plan is, and also your supervisors, they will know when you're ready. Sometimes we want to run when we're still crawling, so it's always good to get that feedback from your supervisors as to why they think you're not ready. And then when you get that feedback, like, work on it, ensure you're ready, and then send it off. That manuscript, send it off. And if you get I can't even speak. If you get a desk rejection, you're not the first, nor the last. So what do? Keep it moving. That's what we're going to do, right? And in terms of something that I've picked up as well, which is reading literature review papers. So those papers are really, really good in terms of the subject. So you can see where we started from and where we are and where we need to be. So I love them. So I'll say read those. And also papers on how to write an abstract, how to write a journal. They're really good because it's like you've got an instruction, like, hello, just read. And then something that I've picked up as well from my supervisors, which is amazing, is that if you go online, you can see the most cited papers in your field and the most referenced papers as well. So then you will be able to see, you know, why they are And then you can look at their reference list and look at, you know, where they gather their information from, and that will help you to understand your field a bit better as well. And then look at the ones that are least referenced, for example, and the least you know, cited, and then try and gather as to why. Be like a detective essentially, and then that will help you to realize maybe what's missing, what's new, what's trending, and why is that trending, why should that be in my work. You can pick and choose and pick and mix, and you know, and be able to articulate as to why. And it doesn't mean that if a paper is less cited or referenced, it's well, crappy paper. Maybe it didn't have that much exposure due to A, B, C, D. Maybe it wasn't the right time. You know, things happen. Or, you know, I don't know, just making it up. But essentially, just that's something that I've literally picked up. And make sure monthly you do write down what you've learned, where you think you should improve, and where you think you should be going. And then every 6 months you can always go back and read your notes and reflect and see how far you have come, because this journey is lonely, as most people would say, but it's actually fun if you make it fun for yourself. So it's all about you, it's all about your work, it's all about your management of your time, be it fun time, serious time, and also, you know, the biggest thing, which is our mental health. So look after your mental health, your well-being. That is really, really important. And you know, celebrate each milestone essentially. You know, if you get that feedback that's like, wow, enjoy. You know, don't sit there and be like, oh, you know, I've still got deadlines. No, take time out. Have a moment of silence and say, this is good. I like this, you know. This one, it's really, really good. So, you know, take time out essentially. And, you know, in terms of feedback, sometimes we take it personal. Sometimes, you know, we're like, because it's good in terms of how we hear it. But all feedback is essentially developmental. So whether you think it's crappy advice, whether you think it's good, just know that I can do all things, and then take it in and pull it apart and try and understand what is being shared and why, and then take that information and use it strategically. So all feedback is developmental for your success, right? But opinions, I'll let you work that one out. So thank you very much for listening to me and for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. And remember, hashtag project dissemination to the world, hashtag sustainable knowledge to the world, and hashtag PhD Hard Talk. So share the video and let's follow each other on socials.